All right, hello again, everybody. This is Derek, and I am coming at you with another Wargaming in Miniature video. And in today's video, we're going to be taking these British paratroopers and we're going to be preparing them for priming. So we're gonna clean them, we're gonna base them, and if I have time today, I will actually prime them. But we're not going to probably do any. I'm anticipating that taking a little time, so we probably won't do any painting on them. I'm just planning ahead here. Okay. There we go. All right, I got some boxes out so that I plan to take these and kind of separate them into like the anti-tank gun, the howitzer, maybe a machine gun and a mortar, so that when I go to assemble them, they'll all be separated in their right little boxes. I've already taken all the metal and I've taken it through my washing process. I've already used soap and water, cleaned them all off, got all the mold release off of them. We're going to use the file on the bottom of their bases to let them stand flat. Even though the majority of them already do stand flat, Offensive Miniatures is really good at their models not having a whole lot of burrs or mold lines or anything like that on the bottom. But just that little extra little thing, I want to just maybe run it across the file once or twice. Okay, so before we even get started, guys, okay, I don't even know why I've got this on. I'm not listening to you guys. There we go. Turn that crap off. Let's plug it in. Speaking of my headset and my microphone, I've got a little bit of news for you guys. We're currently using my silver microphone right there, as you can see, which over the last 4 years, I've been using that for my desktop, or I should say tabletop microphone. Okay, I'm getting a few boxes out from underneath my table because I'm trying to find I think I've got a microphone box under there. I know I've got my Handycam box under there. I had extra light bulbs. Now these are awesome. These light bulbs, 15 watts, but 1500 lumens. It's like super. That's what all these lights are in the studio. They're like super bright. Okay, here's my Yeti box. Okay, it's down there. Let's see if I can get it to squeeze. Hey, it does. Okay, this has got some weight to it. I wonder. Oh, okay, it's probably got another base in it. But I had been using this blue colored Yeti. The company's name is Blue, but this microphone was blue. Wow, it's got a lot of dust on this box. That's all right. But it's been down there for like 4 years. So my my when I say Blue Yeti, I'm talking about the color. When my Blue Yeti, the other night, like 2 nights ago, maybe yeah, it was 2 nights ago, I went to record a session of IL-2 Sturmovik, right? I went to go record a game of IL-2. Okay, that's got some weight to it. I'm sure it's the base. It's probably the silver base, actually. There's like the Yeti. I might have to go ahead and read this. Okay, so I went to go record a game of IL-2, and I was noticing that none of my sound was recording. And I was like, what the hell? And I just immediately assumed it was OBS, right? And yeah, I got my bass in there. Yeah, I just immediately assumed it was OBS. And there's my blue microphone right there with its blue bass. I like the blue color and the black top here. What I'm going to do is put this microphone in this box. I might wind up throwing it in the trash, unfortunately. Come on, you bitch. All right, we got it out enough. Okay. A couple of washers falling on there. Actually, I might just leave the silver one in there and keep the blue one out, because I like the blue one quite a bit, the blue base, that is. But I really don't need a stand unless I take this one off of the yeah, I'm gonna leave this silver one in there because it looks like it's actually constructed a little bit differently. Yeah, let me get this. Okay, so this is the microphone, right? And I restarted the computer. I went through Windows, and Windows wouldn't detect it. And I tried different settings, different gains. I tried a bunch of different things, and none of them seemed to work. Okay. And I thought, it might not be the wire, it might not be Windows, it might be the actual microphone, right? So So I wound up taking my old microphone, the one that I normally plug in and use on my desk, like when I'm doing uh, wargaming or if I'm doing like boot camps or something like that on the desktop. Um, oh, I see, said the blind man. It has to be hooked up for it to go in there. That's a little bit of a discomfort. Come on. This thing, I can't get my fingers around it. I'll lift it up out of this cardboard box. Okay, here we go. Because it's in there nice and snug. And it's attached to this styrofoam like it's in love with it. Come on. Yeah, you're a son of a bitch. Okay, I got all these washers and which I don't need to worry about. I just need to attach this. Now, I've been thinking about taking this microphone apart and just seeing if there's like a loose wire on the inside or something like that. Because I've got soldering skills. I could reattach a wire or two or use it for spare parts or whatever. Okay. It's attached. And now it's looking heavy. We got metal washers, we got rubber washers. Okay. For some reason that doesn't want to go in. Yeah, it's close enough. I'm not going to cry about it. Okay, so put this in there, and then the other knobs and the other washers. Probably should put them in a Ziploc so I don't lose them. Okay. See, that doesn't want to close. Okay, much gooder. Okay, so you're a bitch. You're a bitch. Man, I'm struggling. I'm trying to do all this like while sitting at my computer desk. There we go. Okay, so this is the blue microphone. Which is defunct. Because once I plugged in the silver microphone, everything worked. So I tried different cables. They all worked. I tried different USB ports. The silver one worked. The blue one did not. I tried different... I restarted it. I even thought maybe there was a driver I needed to download or something like that. But the Blue Yeti microphone doesn't have specific drivers. It is a plug and play. I learned that by searching for drivers. But the silver one works. You can hear me. I'm talking to you right now using the silver one. Okay, so I've got this blue base. That other one I'm probably going to throw away or open it up just to see what's going on the inside of it. But if I ever need to take this silver microphone off my boom, off my boom, then I'll have this base available. So, so I was going to yesterday start my O Group boot camp. That was I had basically I was going to play some IL-2, and then afterwards I was going to start my O Group boot camp. And then once I ran into trouble with the microphone, I said, "Crap! I can't do the boot camp. I mean, I could do it sitting at my desk." Or I could take the microphone off my boom and then put it on its stand and put it out there on the table, and then go back and forth And I didn't want to do that. That's why I have two microphones, because I didn't want to constantly disconnect this, because it's got like an elastic, um, it's got an elastic, I guess it's a shock resistor. So the microphone doesn't bang on anything. It's kind of free floating. And I didn't want to have to constantly disconnect it from its free floating base and then mount it on the tabletop base. Now I thought about just disconnecting the free floating mechanism entirely and just carrying the mic and just laying it on the table. I thought about that. Um, and then I said, screw it. I'm just going to buy another microphone. So I bought another microphone. It's fairly cheap. I think it's like $40. It's not another one of these blues. Even though the blues have served me very well, this one is. I've wanted to get a smaller microphone for the table, and Blue makes a smaller microphone, but I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna get a cheap microphone, one that looks like it's gonna work, one that's got good reviews, and then we'll try it out and see how it works. I can always return it. All right, so I ordered a microphone and it should be here today. Okay, so when that microphone gets here, it'll probably be after the stream. I'll plug it in and test it out and see how it works. And if it works really well, uh, or if it's adequate, it doesn't even have to be good. It just has to be adequate. If it's adequate, then I'll resume my boot camp tonight. I already filmed episode 0, which I count that as the introduction, where it basically just lets you know that I've got a boot camp on the way. And I go over the chapter, the introduction chapter. In this case, I went over chapter 1 as well, which is like the scale and time and basing of figures, basically stuff like that. So I've already got that episode up there. The reason why I wanted to go to the table was so that when I'm doing the boot camp, I can also have figures on the table and dice on the table and kind of show what each of these rules mean and how they relate to, uh, the figures on the table. All right, so here we go. We're going to start separating these. I've got a bunch of boxes because I've got a bunch of different choices here. This is a beautiful looking frame, carriage, if you will, for the 75 howitzer. Okay, here's the 75 howitzer itself. We should have a tire. Maybe a second tire. Okay, well, that's really all you need for the gun. It doesn't have a gun plate or anything. This looks like a bunch of shells that can go on the base when I put it together. Okay, this guy looks like he's holding one of those shells. So he's probably one of the crew members. This guy's got his hand over his ears. I don't think I've got a mortar or anything in here. Yep. So he's obviously one of the other crew members. You know, basically guys that don't have anything in their hands or whatever. He's just kneeling with his hands on his knees. I'm sure he's a crew member. Now, the okay, so the 75 howitzer, airborne howitzer in bolt action, does it have 3 crew or 4? Okay, that's a Sten gun. Okay, so I'm going to leave that box over there. We're going to go with another box entirely. If it's just guys, you know, this guy's got a beret on. But if it's just rifles carrying machine gun ammo or looks like they're part of a rifle squad. Okay, that's machine gun ammo, right? That's a box of ammo. That's not a Bren gun because they use magazine. So do one of these guys have a machine gun? I'm looking. Okay, I'm not sure what this guy is. Okay, that's binoculars. And it looks like he's kneeling in front of like a brick wall. First, I thought it was like ammo containers. Oh, wait. There's a sniper leaning over a brick wall. I wonder if these two bases go together. Ah, they do. And the brick wall, you could put that together on one base if you really wanted to be cool. Wait, this guy's exactly the same. Oh, then again, I've got another sniper. Normally what I do is I put each of these guys on their own base. Yeah. But in this case, I might want to put them together. I don't know. Just because the way the brick wall lays. Okay, so there's a Bren gun. That's an identical miniature. Now I've got this prone guy. Looks like he's got a mortar in his hand. Mortar round, that is. Okay, that looks like a Piat round. Come on, guys. Okay, I've got a Piat launcher. I've got a Bren gun. These are just arms. I've got an ammo arm. Okay. Rifleman. He's carrying a box of ammo. This guy's missing a right arm. I don't know what it could be. Okay, this guy's got a Piat. Probably is going to be carrying his own ammo. I'm not sure if that's the correct arm or not. Oh, there's a couple arms over here. Just empty. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it could be the right arm. The correct arm. Okay. I didn't realize this was going to be more complicated than this. Man, there's a lot of loose arms in here. I'm going to have to really go through these, guys, and think about it. Okay. So guys that don't need special arms are going in a completely different box. Because they don't have to glue anything together. Okay. This guy's jogging. Got both arms. This guy's got both arms. He's got both arms. This guy is loading something. Nope, that's a Sten gun. It's just hard to tell. That's a Sten gun as well. Okay. Yeah, these guys are all non-glue, fully intact. Everything's good. That guy's having an aneurysm. He's yelling. Okay. Okay, there's a lot of duplicates I'm noticing. Okay, now this guy's got a shell in his hand. He might belong in this group. Maybe. Oh, here we go. A 2-inch mortar. Now I know one of the guys has an arm that he's holding a mortar shell. Oh, this guy doesn't need to be glued. He looks like he's carrying a Piat shell. And this guy's got a mortar, but it's an arm that needs to be glued together. So we're not going to worry about him. Okay, he's missing an arm. He looks like he's prone firing a gun, but he has no hands. So it's probably that Piat right there. Okay, that's a right arm. Oh, his left arm is in the back. Okay, got it. Yep, that's a Piat gunner. Oh, there's the second one. This guy's in the same position. Damn. Okay, this guy's in the same position. They're not exactly the same. That guy has a Piat ammo, so I bet you he's the Piat gunner. And here's a Bren gun. Looks like it needs to be firing as well. And here's the bipod. Okay. There's a lot of BS right there. Okay, this guy's arm is attached to him. That's good. It's a pointing finger arm, so I don't have to worry about which arm goes with him. Okay, this guy looks like he's got a little bit of a lean to him. And he's also pointing, or he's got his hand in a cup. Okay. Those two guys are identical. And there are two identical Bren guns. So I bet you they're both Bren gunners. Now he's got a Bren gun magazine in his hand. I could see him holding a Bren gun magazine and helping load for this Bren gunner. Okay. We just have a couple of rifles, an open hand, and a ammo. Okay, so this is a right arm. Oh, wait. Those two guys are identical. They should probably use... Okay, he should probably be for him. Okay, I should really check these arm sides. Because if they're right arms, they don't go on these guys. They go on these guys. And they are right arms. That's a left arm. So he goes over here. He goes over there. That's got to be on him, even though I don't know why. All right, I had a feeling this was going to take me a hot minute to try to figure out, but it looks like I got these guys figured out. Now these guys, all right, so now I know there's an anti-tank gun. And it's going to have a wheel and a wheel and a carriage. Lower gun plate. Upper gun plate. One leg. Two legs. There's a Yeti washer. Okay, I didn't pick it up entirely. Not sure what that is. Okay, that's going to go in the carriage. And it's going to hold the gun. Gotta be. Because this gun doesn't have any... Yep, it doesn't have anything. Okay. That should be fairly straightforward to put together. Okay, it looks like there is a mortar. Like anti-tank gun shells. Mortar bipod. Oh, I'm going to regret this, aren't I? Okay, so there is a machine gun. And the tripod is almost attached to it. We got a belt of ammo. Water radiator for the... But it doesn't look like it's a water... Okay, maybe it is water cooled. Okay, that guy's gun's all jacked up. That's all right. Okay, that guy looks like an anti-tank gun because he's got a big, massive shell in his hand. This guy's got a massive shell in his hand. This guy's got a really long box. Looks like that. So he's probably also anti-tank gun. Hands on his hips. Okay, that looks like a mortar. Yeah, I'll try to figure out what crew members go with which. I'll probably have to go to the website and double check that. Okay, this guy looks like he's sitting down behind a machine gun. What the hell is that? I don't know what that is, and I don't want to cut it off thinking that it's flash when it looks like he's holding it. Is that for the... I don't know what that is. He has no base, so he's gonna... I don't think he's loading ammunition. Oh, that guy's cool. Got a map and a pistol. This guy's laying down on the job. Okay. This guy looks like he might be feeding ammunition. Not sure. I'm not sure who this guy is and who this guy is. Prone, shooting, nothing. Running, Sten gun. A radio. Okay. And he's got that chest mounted radio. It's going to be an antenna in my future. Oh yeah, I got the radio set. I don't remember what it's called. This guy's got binos up to his eyes. He's running. He's an officer. That's either a mortar or an anti-tank gun. I think it's a mortar. Okay. This has got to be this thing. I was like, why is there an extra Bren? Okay. He's got, this is a weird setup. He's got the bipod in his hand and his right hand is missing. So this would just lay on the bipod. That's pretty cool, actually. Just going to set you up to the side. I mean, it'd be easy to construct is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, these guys don't need any building. Okay, this guy's got a huge backpack with a ton of stuff on it. And he's wearing a commando style. Well, it looks like a cunt cap, actually. Wait, is this guy American? Because he's carrying a, yeah, this is an American paratrooper. This is not British. Okay. I don't know what I would call this guy. A ranger? No. Yeah, that's not a Denizen smock. He's got the 101st patch on his shoulder. Yep, this guy's an American. Interesting. I don't know how he got misplaced. Maybe he's an exchange student. I did the exchange student thing when I was in the Army. I went to the German training. We had there's a word for it, where I go train with them and they send somebody to my battalion and train with us. Not an exchange student, but okay. So there's like this bazooka shell here, or Piat shell, which probably goes in that one soldier's hand. And then this looks like an ammo can. It's going to go on somebody's base. Probably the machine gun. Okay. I got them separated. Got them separate. That's not true. I lied. All right, I got this bag of 15 millimeter miniatures. And while I was doing all this, I was wanting to find the two Jeeps that I wanted to build. Specifically for my O group battalions. Do they need wheels? Oh crap, they do. Okay. And I'm putting the hood up to make it distinctive on the table, because they're basically going to be my FO Jeeps. I think I'm going to paint one British and I'm going to paint one American. Not much difference, but just enough color variation to know. I think I've got drivers. In another bag. Another tire. There's radios. And of course, goes without saying, I'm going to have to add antennas to these guys. There's the driver. Okay, what am I looking for now? One more radio piece. It's the small box. There it is. Okay. Yep. All right. Okay. Now we're at the assembly stage. Which also means I got to get my glue. And I have to go pee very quick. Okay, give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna go pee and I'll be right back with glue. Oh. Mm. The protein bar. High protein baked bar. 3 grams of sugar and 16 grams of protein. It's Robert Irving's company, Fit Crunch. I don't know if you know who Robert Irving is, but he's on the Food Network. He does a lot of, what is it called? Restaurant Impossible. I think that's his show. He goes in and helps fix restaurants. Kind of like Gordon Ramsay, but different. And one day, about a month ago, I was trying out a bunch of different protein bars, and I came across this Fit Crunch. Uh, and I like it. I broke off a piece that's way too big. Now I can't breathe. I got saliva running down my mouth. I think this blade is dull. I'm going to need to replace it soon. Um, but it's okay for scraping. For this, I might even go heavier magnification. And you might be asking, Derek, Why are you wearing those nitrile gloves? Well, that's a good question. I have very delicate skin. I hate to say it. It makes me sound like a pussy, but over the last 6 months or so, maybe a little bit longer, I've discovered that I am prone to getting blisters when working with little miniatures like this and knives and paintbrushes. And so I started wearing these gloves to protect my hands, not from cuts or getting paint on them or anything like that, just blisters. I'm trying to remember where I got these two Jeeps. I think they were battle honors. Came in a 2-pack. These axles have a bunch of what's the term? It's not flash. It's not a burr. It's when the mold is old and the metal uh, either leaks out or so the axle had a lot. But other than that, they look good. Very little scraping necessary. There's a little along the side. There's a mold line. You don't see any of that I'm doing. Yep. This has the same issue. So I'm thinking it's an old mold. You can't see it, but I'm actually straining to cut into this. And then once I get deep enough, then I use the leverage of the bumper. So I went ahead and got the microphone working, and I recorded 2 missions of IL-2. I uploaded one last night. I got to edit the second one and then upload it. What I was going to do was start a new career because they changed how the opponents are spawned in. They're using a new method. It's basically built in now that based on how strong your graphics card is, will determine how many planes are in the air. At any given time. And like when you kill, like if your computer can only handle 12 planes, it'll put 12 planes up. And once you kill a plane or two, or the whole squadron, or whatever it is, it'll spawn another group of planes. It already did that in a way. It pretty much would already do that. But now it's the quantity or whatever is based on your graphics card. Which is good, I guess. I would just hope it would be based on the mission, you know. But it probably is both. Like if there's only supposed to be 10 planes in this area of the map, and you kill 8 of them, it's probably only going to spawn 2 planes. But if there's supposed to be 20 of them, and there's 8 in the air, and you kill 8, it'll probably spawn another 8. Or something like that. That's what I hope it does. I don't know exactly, because I only briefly kind of breezed past the patch notes. Some parts are so small, you can't get a good grip on them. And I'm afraid I'm going to drop it, because see, I've got I got my trash can between my knees. Ooh, see, I spoke up too soon. Um, and that's mainly so that the metal that I scrape off will fall into the trash can, keeping everything nice and clean. But if a part is so small that I drop it, it'll drop into the trash can, never to be seen from again. Now, that's not true. Sometimes I'll go through my trash can and I will be like, okay, where'd you go? And I will do things in my power to find. Okay, this driver looks very American. All I see him is from his knees up, and I can't get a good grip on him while I scrape his helmet. But that helmet is so generic. I guess it could be a Brit. I mean, it's not a doughboy helmet, but it's round enough that it could be a paratrooper. But I don't think it really matters either way. Okay. Now it's time. I'm going to put these together before I go to clean all these guys. And I've decided to use Gorilla Clear Grip for this because of the quick grip. Like, you touch it together and the odds are it's going to stay together. All right, well, he's in his seat. All right. He's in his seat. Okay, radio. The big box. Okay. 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 Oh, okay. I had it upside down. Hmm. I think I wore off the clear grip. Okay, let's get that back. Pushing it back. Okay, there we go. I want it to sit as far back as possible where it rests up against the seat. Okay. Be good. There we go. Okay. Got the radios in. I was going to do the wheels last. Okay, I'm going to let that sit for a few minutes before I move on to the top. And while we're waiting for that to kind of dry and get a good grip, I can move on to some of these other items that need to be cleaned up. G0, which I guess is Gatorade Zero Sugar or something like that. It says zero sugar on it. 5 calories. It's pretty impressive. All right, so let's build an anti-tank gun. Put my magnifying glasses on. Oh, before we do start doing any scraping, I got to put my little thumb protector on. I meant to say it a moment ago. I was like, I got these gloves on to protect my fingers from developing blisters. But I wear this to protect from cuts because these rubber gloves, they protect a little bit, from very little bit, from cuts. But just in case I had like a major accident or something like that, I want this on here to protect me from any major cuts. Okay. Just needed to be straightened out. Didn't really need to be scraped. There we go. Got all that cleaned out. Okay, that looks good. So I went to war bases and I ordered a bunch. I mean, a bunch of 2 millimeter thick bases. I ordered some circles. I ordered some rectangles. I even ordered some ovals for maybe any future anti-tank guns that I might put together or artillery pieces. I ordered some pill bases. But most importantly, they've got this, they got movement trays. And they are way cheaper than Litco. I think they were £1 each. Litco is like $10 each or something like that. So I ordered a bunch, mainly for Oathmark. So we'll see. When they come in, we'll see. We'll see if they're doable. See if my 1-inch bases will fit down inside of there. Ooh, there's a little bend on this guy. Okay. Oh, it's a little soft on the edges. But it's good. And don't forget, guys, if you've got miniatures that are sitting on the shelf and you can't get around to painting them, or if you don't have the skill, contact me and I'll be glad to do some commission work for you. I would be glad to do it. It'll cost you, but that's okay. All right, let's assemble this anti-tank gun. How do I want to start? Wheels first. That's what I want to do on this. Okay. Let's kind of line them up. Give that an opportunity to dry a little bit lined up. Okay, while we're waiting for that, I know there's one over here that I'm dreading. So I'm going to go ahead and do it now. And that's this Vickers tripod. Okay, okay. Might not be too horrible. Want the angle to be a little bit sharper, just a little bit sharper. There we go. Should I went the other way? Yeah, I should have went the other way. This little piece is a little fiddly, and I'm afraid I'm about to drop it. Okay. This might be one of the ones that I've got to hold together for a minute. While I wait for it to grip. Damn it. It was perfect, and then my knife slipped off the side of it. Nope. Okay, it's gripped. Now, it might mean I've got to bend the legs a little bit when it dries. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely one where I got to let it dry before I put it down. Okay, come on. What's going on here? Says 2 minutes will be an approximation of a good, well, a starting of a grip. And then 24 hours after that. Well, that's BS. Okay, so it's gripped. Now, ooh, I could do this. There we go. That way the legs aren't sitting on the ground. All right, so we'll let that dry. Now, I'd like to do the legs on this, but I'm not going to. Yes, yeah, I guess I am. I'm going to do the legs. Okay, that should go there. That should be underneath. That one should be above. Okay. And we're going to glue the legs in place so it's not going to be like open and close, like an optional open and close. Okay. Okay. There it goes. Okay, the gun, legs, everything looks good. Give that a few minutes before I go on to the next step on that. Let's take a look at this mortar. A lot of gluing in this initial step. In cleaning. Okay. Okay. Right. It's going to take a moment for that to dry as well. Here's my, oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, okay, that's on top. I was like, what is that? That's the handle. I thought it was underneath, but I keep forgetting that the Bren gun, the magazine's on the top. Okay, that looks good. Okay, well, he's done. Well, glued. That doesn't make him done. He's good. Now I'm looking for mold lines, extra flash, anything that needs to be cleaned up before I prime these guys. And these guys are remarkably clean. A lot of scrim in their helmets, which I'm down for. Now my anti-tank gun, I'm planning on basing the gun and then basing the crew separately on individual bases so that they can abandon the gun or be removed for casualties. Just like the Nebelwerfer, if you saw that. Pretty much like any of my crew served guns like that. Mortars and machine guns, I usually don't worry about that. I only do it for the bigger guns. Okay, I don't know what that is, and I don't want to take it off. Okay, it even has a shoulder mount. Like it butts up against his shoulder. It's got like a, almost like a Piat. I bet you it has something to do with the anti-tank gun. No, it doesn't make sense, right? Because you don't want to shoulder up anything on the anti-tank gun. I wouldn't think. Man, I am super curious to know what that is. I'm going to have to go to the website. Take a look. All right, we're going to do that together here in just a second. All right, we're going to do that right now. All right, bear with me. Put my website looking glasses on. Move the microphone. So you might not be able to hear me very well, but okay. Offensive miniatures. Let's go ahead. Can I do this? There we go. You can see what I'm looking at. Elite. British Paras. It comes with 6 crew. This comes with 5 crew. Okay, so I don't need all 6 crew. I know that. Okay, this guy on his knees. Looks, is that the same figure? Yep. See this little metal piece that runs from there to there? That's what's attached to this guy. So I'm going to put him on the base. And he's going to be actually attached to the gun. So it'll be the gun with him. There's the guy with his hands on his knees. There's the guy laying down. These two... Yeah, okay, hold on. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Let's say Market Garden. That sounds like a British thing. 6th Airborne. Air Landing. Ooh. Piat, sniper, mortars, machine guns. There it is, 6-pounder. 3 men. Yeah, so I only need to put 3 guys on that gun. So I'll have 3 other guys that can serve as spotters or command runners or something like that. Okay. Is that the same for the, what's the other thing? 105 light artillery. There we go. This says 25 pound. We know it's a 75 millimeter. It's not a 25 pounder. 25 pounder even only has 3 men. .25 pounders light artillery? I don't think so. I think that's medium. Okay, let me try something else. Let's try this air landing. No, there should be something like a first. Nope. British anti-tank reinforced platoon. Okay, hold on. Thought I could sort by the book. British or Polish paratroop. Okay. Okay, there's Bren guns. Okay, but they got this Polston cannon. I don't know what that is. M1A1. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 75 millimeter, right? It's still only 3 men. Okay, not five. Well, that says it comes with a gun shield. Well, we know that's not true. Unless they're just hiding behind the main gun. I mean, they have quad track. Look at all those Jeeps and Bren carriers. Two-inch mortar. This is just two guys, right? Yep, light mortar, 2 men. Okay, I didn't need to do that. Okay, so he is. I'm not going to cut that piece off because it's the same picture reversed, isn't it? Interesting. And I also, okay, that would have been cool to get hand carts. Um, I got the radio. This guy, Jedburgh team. Yeah, got him. Yeah, that guy. He looks American. He is American, isn't he? Yeah, okay. It shows the 82nd on his patch. Yeah. Okay, so he's part of the Jedburgh team. Interesting. It's a combined operation. Okay, I wish I had gotten these guys. That would have been cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, okay, here we go. Paris, 3 sections, Bren guns. That looks like a sniper to me. See, these two bases go together. Little brick wall, got a sniper, and then you got another guy with binoculars. Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, guys. I'm going to let these guys dry a little bit before I start adding pieces to them. I'm going to work a little bit more on these guys later. Hopefully I get that microphone in and I can test it. But we're going to end the video right here. Normally I stream for about 2 hours, and that's what we've been doing. We've been streaming for exactly 2 hours, 17 minutes. And so I'm probably going to make me something to munch on while I wait for my microphone, and then gradually glue these pieces together. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I don't have a traveler game tomorrow night, so we should be able to. I should be able to continue working on these guys. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll have them all based and primed, and then we can just start painting. All right, so if you're interested in that, come back, check that out, and I will see you tomorrow if you're here. Take care.